I'm sure everyone has heard tie a yellow ribbon or knock 3 times. We're here at the Fallsview Casino at the Avalon Ballroom to interview the man, the legend, Tony Orlando.
Oh, tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. It's been 3 long years. Do you still want me? And if I don't see a ribbon.
Tony Orlando is here. It's great to finally meet you.
Finally meet you, Bob.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Grew up on your music. My parents playing it, obviously. We had Tony Orlando, Elvis, Bobby Vinton, all that stuff in the house, all the good stuff.
You have good parents. Good parents.
Good parents. Now, everybody knows Tony Orlando and Dawn, and that was for years, but I was doing a little research and I'm looking into it. I never realized that there was a group just called Dawn, and you went under that for a while.
Right. When we first started, it was just Dawn. I was working for CBS. I was running the music division for Clive Davis, so I didn't want him to fire me.
Okay.
So they called the group Dawn, which was the daughter's name of the president of a record company. Are you with me? So it was kind of deceiving people, but I didn't want to lose that job. I was enjoying the job. I was representing James Taylor. I signed Barry Manilow and Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and a great Canadian group. And I was having the time of my life, and I did a favor for somebody. The record became a hit, Candida. I said, whatever you do, I don't want to lose my job. I did as a favor for you to pay your rent, you know. And it became #1. Then knocked 3 times #1. Then I finally had to go into CBS and tell them, I got to follow my dream.
Yeah, I am Dawn.
Yeah, I am Dawn. And it's funny because it didn't become Tony Orlando and Dawn until the television show.
Okay.
And that's when CBS in the States, Fred Silverman called the show Tony Orlando and Dawn, like Sonny and Cher.
Yeah.
Actually, this year we're doing a reunion in a way.
Okay.
Not a tour, but we were asked by the Sands Casino in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is a brand new casino venue there, if we would do a show as Dawn. And I didn't think the girls would do it. I called them up. I said, you want to try this? Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. So August, we'll be in August 11th at the casino for 2 days, and then at the Mohegan Sun. And if those shows are accepted and we do well in the sales, I know we got 7,000 bought already at Mohegan Sun, then maybe we'll do a reunion tour.
Dawn hits the road again.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
Although Thelma, you know, she's wealthy. I borrow money from her now.
From her sitcoms that she's done.
Oh, sitcoms, Bob.
Now, I got to ask you, every Labor Day, I used to be there with you and Jerry. It must have been a great time. You hosted from New York.
33 years.
I heard that everybody idolized Jerry Lewis when they were a kid. I've seen so many of his movies.
Remember walking up to Jerry Lewis, Bobby. Let's see, I had to be, Jerry hates to hear this because he's old now. He's 90.
He's 90?
I'm 72.
Wow.
I met Jerry with my jar of nickels and dimes and pennies that I collected for MDA.
Okay.
And I walked up to him at the Americana Hotel in New York City where they filmed the show that we telethon from. And I walked up, I said, and I was 9 years old. Mr. Lewis, I got $52 for your kids. You got how much you got for me, young man? I said, $52 for your kids, and I love you. I think you're great. You really do. You love me, right? I do love you, Jerry. Well, you love me. Well, someday, who knows? You may be working with me. Lo and behold, as God has it.
Many years later, you're
I
there.
ended up being his co-host. Yeah.
That must have been great. I mean, I watched it as a kid. I always thought, maybe one day I could be on there too, but must have been a great time.
Oh my God. And to be there with Sammy Davis and Jerry and
Dean Martin, the reunion.
When they made up that day, I was the next act on.
Oh yeah.
So I remember Sinatra walking down that hallway with Dean, and we all looked at each other and said, oh my God, Dean Martin is here. That means he's going on stage with Jerry? And sure enough, Jerry's face fell because he had no idea. That was a historical moment, actually.
Oh, yeah.
To see Jerry and Dean together again.
That was a huge moment.
Yeah. You know, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. A guy like you walks up to me before we start taping and says, I watched you when I was a kid. I used to say that to Jerry.
Oh,
I used to say it to Sammy. Now I'm hearing it. So for me, it's like, wow, I guess maybe I filled that slot for somebody.
Yeah. You've done so many great things in your life, and it's great to still see you on stage.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Tony.
Hey, Bobby, thank you so much for having me, and I hear great things about your show and your station. Thank you, and continued success to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh, my darling, on the ceiling if you want me. Perfect. Come on this side.
We'd like to thank Tony Orlando for taking the time out to talk to us. And Tony, we hope that reunion goes well in August and that we see you back here at the Fallsview very soon with Tony Orlando and Don. Reporting for The Source, as Tony would say, I don't need a nickname. I'm Bobby Romeo.